Hey, welcome to the Danger Zone. It's Ashley. Everything in this video was found on a public domain. And the full disclaimers down below. Lots of love and many blessings your way. I'm going to say some pretty raunchy things, so I'm giving you a warning. If you don't want to hear it, don't watch. I wondered why the Queen, all of a sudden, instead of waiting until March, decided to announce to the world that she's going to prevent them from using any sort of Sussex rule to earn money. Okay, so here's what we didn't really pay attention to. And before I go much further, Lord, this is going to probably make a lot of people mad. People live in a fantasy la-la land, I've noticed. There's a few people that live in such a bubble, they act honestly as if the royal family are their kin. And don't mind cussing people out defending them. That grosses me out, but that's a different video for a different day. While we were all squealing with delight, myself included, that the Sussex Royal brand could go no further, as it was told to all of us. Boy, were we duped. We'll get to that in a minute. So, it seems like Andrew has been busted yet again. This was a strategic play on the Queen's part. She's been doing this a mighty long time. Keep that in mind. So while we were all under the idea, the lie, that the Sussex Royal brand was completely shut down, what was going on in the background was this. Andrew was yet again busted and being called out and exposed for his part at these over-the-top parties held by Peter Nygard. Peter Nygard is another billionaire sicko who thinks he has no rules to follow in this world. He owns several properties, but one of his favorites is this island that Oprah loves to go to. We'll get right back to that, I promise. I have personally never heard of Peter Nygard until recently. They say he made his billions in the fashion world, but I don't think so. And it seems like most celebrities love him and his over-the-top crazy parties, including the Queen. The Queen honored him with her Diamond Jubilee medal for being an upright citizen and a fantastic philanthropist. They're all philanthropists, aren't they? He's always bragged about his over-the-top pamper parties, as he calls them. Throughout the years, he's bragged about who all he's hosted on his island at his pamper parties. Oprah and Gayle and Stedman love his parties. George Sr. and George W. Bush love his parties. In fact, he has a presidential suite named after the senior Bush. Beverly Peel, Beverly Johnson, Alan Thicke, Lenny Kravitz, Sean Connery, John Singleton. People that are local say if you want to ever see a celebrity while you're in the Bahamas, all you have to do is go to Nygard Cay, which is the name of his island. And you might be wondering, well, what's so bad about this man and his pamper parties? He's got quite a bit of charges against him right now. Sex slavery, human trade. What's that about? Drugging women and children, raping women and children, sodomizing women and children. You guys, if you don't want to hear it, please don't go any further. He likes to dope these children up and these young women, and he promises these kids and these women, and I'm assuming the parents of these children, with modeling contracts, because he's in the fashion business, remember? Really fast. I mean, I must be like a really strange parent. If somebody was to come to me and say, look, I can further your child's career, just send them with me for the summer, they'll be a model by fall. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell him like I told my ex. You by God better build a room on because I'll be there too. What's wrong with these people that send their children with grown adults they don't even know? Lord, I'm getting fired up. That's another video for another day, and I don't like babbling. Okay, so at these parties, he likes to take children and young women that he's promised the world to them and their parents and dope them up and allow everybody at his party to do whatever they choose, whatever they please, whatever they want, whatever their fantasy is. He defecated in his girlfriend Beverly Johnson, the model's, mouth. And she took it, evidently. In fact, that's one of his most favorite fetishes. He likes these people to either defecate on him or he defecates on them. He's sick and he's twisted, and Sarah Ferguson loves hanging out there on the island. She took her children there, okay? Andrew's been busted yet again for hanging out with yet another freak. I guess it aggravates me the most when I read things where people put out there, well, we don't know if he's guilty of this or not. He's not been formally charged. Like pictures and, blow-by-blow detailed statements, affidavits, they're not good enough. Virginia Roberts didn't just pull that out of thin air, you guys. She gave blow-by-blow detail. There's pictures of them together. Not only that, but I have found out that the FBI have 4 videos of Andrew with not only Virginia Roberts, but others. Did you know that? That came out in 2015. We're looking at 2020. What's taken 5 years? They weren't sitting there together reading the Bible. So please wake up, remove the film of denial off your eyeballs. This joker is guilty. You want to know somebody, meet their friends. I'd say like 5,000 more goofy cliches. But it makes you wonder, why is Andrew and Sarah Ferguson always linked to these scumbags? And I'm totally convinced that Sarah Ferguson has a pocketbook full of stuff on Andrew. He couldn't stand her when he was married to her. Why is he keeping her around? While Andrew's being called out yet again for hanging out with just the nastiest people. And there ain't no telling what in the world he was taking part in. We just know he loved to go there. And Oprah is a huge Peter Nygard fan. They say she loves his parties. She loves to stay in the drop-down bedroom. And I'm so thankful Seal called her out. I'll say thank you to Terry for sending this my way. Seal just ripped into her on Instagram, basically saying, don't play stupid. You knew all along what was going on with Harvey Weinstein. Whether you guys know this or not, Oprah is just nasty. She's involved in some super dark stuff. Getting back to it though, timing's everything. I hate to tell you guys, but we fell for it again. I believe the reason why the Queen announced that when she did was to get everybody's attention off of what's really going on. And it totally worked for like a second. And I still give her credit. She's slick as glass. It went from no, they're most definitely not using Sussex Royal brand, it's been banned, to now it's we're in talks. We're going to work something out. And I fell for it. That's what blows my own mind. I really hope that Andrew and everybody else involved with the Epstein stuff and now the Peter Nygard stuff, I hope that they pay the price. Pick up the tab. I really do. You guys, I'll see you soon and we'll talk fast. Please stay safe and be blessed.